This episode of the Tales of the Torchbearers is brought to you by Be Sure and Padmaja Trilok Naidu. Make yourself proud and protect your tomorrow. For all your requirements of stocks and shares, Mediclaim, corporate insurance, life insurance, marine insurance, mutual funds, motor insurance, and fire and burglary, connect with Padmaja Triloknath today. Call at 955 2543 450.
Hello viewers, I'm Dr. Parveen Prasad.
And I, Sonia Menghani, call ourselves the Mavericks.
The Mavericks bring to you Tales of the Torchbearers, which delve into the inspiring journeys of luminaries who have left an indelible mark in the world.
Hello viewers, in today's episode of our podcast, Tales of the Torchbearers, we have with us Deeksha Kalyani, the director of the Kalyani School. Deeksha belongs to the Sri Ram family of Delhi. Inspired by her mother, Srinivati Manju, she started the Kalyani School in Pune in 2015. A true visionary, Deeksha has created a space with world-class infrastructure which provides an all-round holistic education to children. In the last 10 years, the Kalyani School has grown from strength to strength and won many accolades. Deeksha is an avid traveler, a mother of 3, and a pet lover too. Let us welcome Deeksha Kalyani.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Deeksha ma'am.
Good morning.
Welcome to our podcast, Tales of the Torchbearers. We, the Mavericks, are extremely thrilled to have you here because we believe you're a torchbearer.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, Deeksha ma'am, you are from the Sri Ram family of Delhi, which have been the pioneers of education, and they have been imparting world-class education since decades now. So, tell me, was it always your dream to start a school of your own?
I come from a family where philanthropy in education was something very important. My great-grandfather started colleges many decades ago, and after that my mother started the Sri Ram schools in 1988. She was inspired by his legacy, and I think in those days I was a school-going child myself.
Okay.
And she used to always say that I want to start something different, and I think she was one of the first people who introduced the word holistic or overall development into the school system. And I was at that age where I was very impressionable, very inspired by everything that she was doing, and I was still in my pigtails and uniform, and I would go and see the construction of Sri Ram School. I would see the beginnings of the classes happening over there. So I've really grown up watching each brick of that institution being laid, and definitely all the inspiration came from my mother.
Oh, that's nice. That's lovely. So,
The uniqueness of the USP I've been told about Kalyani School, as I can understand, it's the continuation of the legacy started by your mother, where you have an entire focus on holistic development of students and a lot of focus on culture and extracurricular activities. Can you delve on this?
Absolutely. A lot of schools talk about holistic development. They just become key words to use for everybody. But I very strongly feel that going ahead, the kind of changes that are happening in the world, just having good marks in your curriculum and scoring A's or 100% in your board exams are not going to be the kind of skills that are required in the workforce. people, when they're hiring confident children with skills where they're good in communication, good, confident, have thinking skills, have the ability to think out of the box. And these are the kind of skills that we believe we need to develop in our children right from a young age. And that's why we focus a lot on extracurriculars, on building confidence in our children so that they're ready for the future.
How lucky they are. And
Yes.
congratulations, you have won so many awards. Notably, the QSI gauge, you got a diamond level ranking. Recently at the National Green Award 2024, you stood 5th. So, well, tell us more about this.
To be honest, initially the awards used to excite us a lot. The first time that we got ranked on Education World, we were given, I think, 16th rank in Maharashtra or something like that. And we were so excited, third in Pune, 16th in Maharashtra, something like that. And it was very exciting. But going forward, I think we've just started feeling that we need to compete with ourselves and not with anybody else. So whenever we make any changes or we're looking to make improvements, it's with the point of view that how can we better ourselves? What can we do new? The QSI gauge was one ranking system that we came across about 3 years ago. It's a worldwide ranking system, originally used for college rankings, especially in the West. They came into India a few years ago again for college ranking. They introduced the school ranking system in India about 3 years ago. And they do a very thorough analysis of what the school offers, what all they offer to the children.
All the parameters.
Or a lot of parameters. And we had to do a lot of compilation of our data before they gave us this diamond ranking. And of course now, so they evaluate you every 3 years. The ranking stands for, So we are going to be sharing our data again this year. And hopefully we'll grow in our ranking, because that will tell us whether we've done any improvements or not. And,
Surely.
So you must be really proud that the school that you started, and I think it's in the 10th year right now.
Yes, we just we're completing 10 years,
10 years
this month.
Yes, and it has a beautiful sprawling campus and top-notch infrastructure, and it is counted as one of the topmost schools in Pune. And it's an institute to reckon with. So you must be really proud of your achievement, right?
So proud, I think, yes, definitely pride, but the pride is in my team. Our principal Nirmal ma'am has been with us. She's a founding principal. So in fact, we just celebrated her 10 years in the school in February. She was our first joinee, and we've been sitting together at one table since day one. And I think that teamwork has kind of trickled down, and I'm really proud of the fact that we've had a number of our founding teachers are still with us. They've grown in their roles with us, and they're out of a staff of about 160. Many have completed 8, 9, 10 years. I would say more than 60% have been with us for more than 5 years.
That's commendable.
I think that is what gives me pride, the fact that they want to stay with us. We've created that culture where we feel like one family and that we're working towards a common goal.
That's really lovely. That's nice. So tell me, as a director of the school, I believe you must be very busy. But what is Deeksha Kalyani as a person when she's not in her office?
I used to jokingly say that the school was my fourth child. I have three children.
Okay.
When it started, my youngest had just turned 5, so that was the point where I said, okay, I've invested in my children, and I'm ready to do something bigger. I moved all my children here, so they've also grown with the school. Two have graduated from here. My youngest is now in grade 10. So, they've really also been a part of this journey. I always joke that I have been a parent of the school as well as a director,
kids, yes.
and so it's been a very beautiful journey of 10 years here.
Okay.
So apart from this at home, I have hobbies. I keep myself busy. My children are still my priority, even though two are not around. My husband takes up time. I like traveling with him, and of course, I have 3 dogs now who have kind of become my joy, and
Yeah.
what my little kids can't do anymore now. I get some.
So your hands are full.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice.
Whenever I've come to your school, thankfully you've invited me as a chief guest a couple of times. I have seen you hands-on, even as a director in the day-to-day operations. So, can you elaborate on this working model? I think that probably attributes a lot to the success of Kalyani.
Yeah, so from day one, I have been here because I want to be here. It's my happy place. I don't think there's ever been a day when I've woken up and said, "Oh, I don't feel like going to school today." Or it's. I come with that same excitement. I come with that same belief that let's go and see what we can do differently, what we can do better. I love coming here.
Okay.
And being hands-on gives me a lot of joy. I still remember the kids who've come at a young age. Our first batch. I still remember a lot of those kids by their names. I'm very connected to the senior kids because they're in positions as prefects and part of the school council members. So there's a lot of interaction with them. And I really feel that the school is where it is because I've taken personal interest in it.
Absolutely.
I didn't start this as a business. I didn't start it for a project. I started the school because I believed that it was something I wanted to do.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So tell me, from here to where now? I mean, what are your plans for the future?
Yeah, a lot of people ask me if I'm going to open another branch or expand the school. I have not thought of doing any of those, because I feel the kind of quality that I can give in one school, I won't be able to do if I divide myself. And like I said, it's not about business. Yeah, I would love that we could carry this culture and ethos into another space and create the same beautiful
Magic.
institution
Yes.
somewhere else. But I think we'll also dilute ourselves if we were to do that. So this remains as it is, and again, I don't want to expand this school. I mean, there are people knocking at our doors for admission. We have a long waiting list, but I don't want to expand because I always feel that it would be easy to expand, but then the pressure on the infrastructure would also come with that. I know that we could easily be a 5-section, 6-section, even a 10-section school, but somewhere then we would be compromising on quality.
So even in the Kalyani context, Kalyani school context, where do you go?
So
Within
one
this
thing
context.
that I want to look at is like, I talked about curriculum not being as important as it used to be. So I'm looking at skill development as a future goal. Understanding what are you know options for children for the future, and I want to skill them for the work, so that they find jobs where they want.
And actually, that's very important today. A lot of companies are placing a lot of emphasis on skills. Other than just degrees.
Global skills.
I very clearly have this thought that our curriculum, even after the NEP has come in, our curriculum hasn't changed. It's still so knowledge heavy, information heavy. The higher authorities have to realize that knowledge and information is available at the click of a button now. We don't need to tell children, give them so much data and so much information. They need to be taught how to use it, how to apply it. That's all they need to know. And until our curriculum changes, our children are not going to be ready for the future.
I think that's the basic difference between our education here and education in the West. There it's more about applying the knowledge, and here, like you said, it's knowledge heavy.
Yeah, and we need to make a change as soon as possible. Otherwise, we'll just be, there will be unemployment because children will not have the kind of skills that the corporates are looking.
So another thing that I've come across these days, this generation is called the snowflake generation because they cannot take stress, they cannot take failure. So, do you think we need to focus on making them stronger mentally?
Absolutely. I believe mental health is very strong. It's a very big concern. And I think it comes from the fact that the young kids are exposed to too much at a very young age. They're not able to process and deal with as much information and exposure as they're getting. Little kids know about depression and anxiety and all the wrongs that are happening. So somewhere it's a vicious cycle that because they're exposed to these terms and the awareness is so strong that somewhere it becomes self-inflicted failure and self-inflicted problems.
Yeah.
So it's just becoming a very pathological problem where children are getting into depression and all because they are exposed to it, and a lot of it also has to do with parents not giving quality time to their children. I don't think quantity matters, and when they're there, it's about padhai karo. It's only putting stress on them. So unless you give time to your children to have fun with them and enjoy and have quality engagement with them and understand what they're going through. I completely know that because of this peer pressure, because of so much influence and exposure, there are parents need to have conversations with their children so that they understand what they are going through. Be open-minded, listen to what they want, because that's the only way to connect and understand what they are looking for. A lot of times parents are putting unnecessary stress on their kids without realizing what they need. That it's even we're in 2025 and that's pressure of the parents ki science karna hai or JEE crack karna hai and engineer banna hai is still prevalent. It's very sad that they're not looking
beyond that.
Yeah, beyond that and understand what their children want to do.
True. So anyway, thank you so much for giving us so much of time. It was a pleasure having you here on the podcast.
I've enjoyed talking to you. Thank you very
so
much.
Thank you. Namaste.